This is a quick explain it video on how to make a graphical dice with a microbit. So let's start by clicking new project. And we'll call it graphical dice. I'm gonna go ahead and make this project for the first 2 dice throws, and then we'll look at how it works, and then it'll be up to you to work out how to do the next 4 dice throws. We're making a dice with 6 sides, so like a standard dice. So the first thing we want to do is we want to grab an input, and we're going to use the on shake, which is using the accelerometer in the microbit. And we're going to grab from the basic blocks, we're going to grab clear screen, so every time you shake it, the screen will clear. Now, because we are doing a dice at the moment with 2 sides, either 1 or 2, we need to create a variable that will choose between 1 and 2. So if we click on variables, we're going to make a variable called number, which will represent the number of the dice. Now, a variable is just a value or a placeholder for a value. So next, we're going to set the number variable. We need this block here, set number variable, that's under variables. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it to pick random. So if we go into the maths operators here, we can find in here a pick a random button. At the moment it says 0 to 10. Now we drag it into that little circle and it snaps in. We're going to make it 1 to 2. Now next we need to ask the question, is the number 1 or 2? So example, if I shake it right now, nothing will happen, but it will be assigning the number here a value. So next we are going to ask the question, if the number is equal to 1, then we want it to show a dice with 1 side. So to do that, we need to ask a question, and where we go for that is in the logic. And we're going to use this one here, if then, which is in programming it's called a conditional. Now we don't want it if true, we want it if the number is equal to 1, then do this, which is to show 1. So we need also, under logic, we need this thing called a comparison, sometimes called a comparator, and we're going to put that in the place of true. At the moment we've got nothing is equal to nothing, so what we want in here is number, which is our variable. We want to say if number is equal to 1, then we want it to do what's in here. It's going to be show the number 1. So we're going to get show LEDs, and we're going to show the graphic of what 1 looks like. So now if I shake the dice, if I keep shaking it, eventually I'm going to get 1. However, if I get 2, it's going to show nothing. So we need to make the same logic. We need to do the whole conditional and comparison with 2. So the next condition you might guess is we're going to do the same thing. You get a comparator or a comparison block that says equals. We're going to put it in there. We're going to get the variable again, number. We're going to put it into here. But this time, the number won't equal 1. It's going to equal our second number, which is 2. So if the number is equal to 2, what do we want it to do? We want it to show a graphic representation of 2 on our microbit. So we're going to make that equal to 2. Now, when we click on shake, we can have 2 or 1. Those are the 2 random digits. So that is our simple dice. If you wanted to do 3, you would need to repeat the whole process again. And 4 and 5 and 6. By basically doing the same thing, creating this block again and again, but changing the numbers up. Now, a quick way to do that is to right click on here and duplicate, pull that down, change this number to 3, and then change this to 3. Now, this won't actually work. Can you think why it won't work? At the moment, it's only going to be doing one between 1 and 2. So we just got to trace our code back to the top here where it says set number to, pick random, and if we say 3 instead of 2, then it's going to pick between the numbers 1, 2, and 3, which we have down here. So let's see if that works. So we have 2, 3, and 1. That was a lucky shake. And that is all there is to creating a graphical dice.